What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch. You know, I've been really busy the past week, running around, getting everything together, because I have, well, twins coming soon. My wife are expecting, and it could happen any second. It could happen as I'm recording this video, so I've been kind of running around. And that's not even it. I've been also streaming on Twitch TV, and we just recently got partnered. Go ahead and check me out on Twitch and the links down below, in which I play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! All the time. It's been a mixture of just juggling all this all around. Obviously, the most important part is the fact that my wife is bringing 2 more children into the world, and of course, that's taking priority over everything else in life. But I will say, I'm really still excited to stream on Twitch, and I'm excited to make videos on this channel. And if you're excited about Lightning Overdrive, you're probably not spending that much money. You're probably not a Drytron player. Looking at Lightning Overdrive right now, it is definitely looking to be a very expensive set. A lot of cards in it are highly wanted because it changes the way we play the game. Not that the last core sets didn't really do that, they did it in their own little specific way. But Lightning Overdrive will change the way we see Tier 1 moving forward in this game. And if you're out there right now watching this video, what are you doing about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. What deck are you even playing? Because there's so much support happening to so many decks in Lightning Overdrive, and yet at the same time, we take it back and we look around, and other decks out there still have a chance. I am playing Tri-Brigade Zoo deck right now, but I'm not. I know Shadow Invoked is easily the best deck of the meta. No doubt in my mind. And even after Lightning Overdrive, Shadow Invoked will still be one of the best decks of the meta. Period. The end of story. Cut it out. But with that said, I do think there's a lot of, well, decks that were in Tier 2, Tier 3 even, that are going to make their way to Tier 1 because of this set. Specifically, Drytrons. I mean, Divine the Hero is roughly around $93, almost $100 a copy. You're going to need to get 2 Beta Fafnirs. That's about $40 a copy. Meaning, if you're looking to play Drytrons in this new meta, if you have the core already, you're in luck. All you got to spend is roughly around $380. We'll call it $400 with tax and shipping and all that jazz. For your whole extra deck's core that you're going to need in order to play, well, Drytrons. Another $40 down the hole, boys. Now, if you're looking to play Tri-Brigade, it won't be as expensive, but then again, you probably paid enough already because you paid Tri-Brigade. Now that you Drytrons players didn't pay enough, you did. You just gotta pay more. Looking at Black Rose Dragon, I do think this might see play in Drytrons, and that's been about it. Don't get me wrong, I do think collectors and alternative format Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will definitely get value out of Black Rose Dragon, but realistically, Drytron players spending roughly around almost near $400, they're probably not going to be excited to drop another, well, currently $700 on Black Rose Dragon. I do think this card is going to be worth thousands in the future. No doubt in my mind, Black Rose Dragon Solid Rare will easily be hitting the thousands. I personally want to get one, but do you buy now? No. You don't buy now. You don't buy this card whatsoever. And the reason why is very simple. A majority of people that are going to be pulling this card are going to throw it on the market. Once again, recoup the initial investment. They're going to need to do that. And by opening this, they definitely can. Imagine cracking a case, pulling one Black Rose that just paid for your entire case. That means after, well, that one pack that you open a Black Rose in, every single pack is icing on the cake. For the most part. Obviously with taxes, shipping, and fees, whatever. But for the most part. Looking at Black Rose Dragon at a Lightning Overdrive, I can clearly see that this is going to be a card that everyone's going to want to sell. That's going to happen. The value of Black Rose will immediately tank down in value, and it already has done it. It was 1,000 last week. We're seeing it at 700, and it will more than likely go down to roughly around $300 to $400. That's where I'm expecting this card to go to. Once it hits that price point, I think that's the price point in which you got to pick the card up, because once it stabilizes at that price, it's not going to be there for long. I do think in time we'll see Black Rose Dragon get eaten up as a Starlight Rare, like we saw other Starlight Rares get eaten up. The minute that happens, man, this card will be in the thousands, and it's not going to be cooling off. We've seen it happen with other Starlight Rares, and Black Rose Dragon is no different. Don't get me wrong, I do think that this card is definitely, well, this sort of Ghost Rare. Which one do you like? I personally like the Ghost Rare, but to be honest with you, this one's cheaper than the Ghost Rare, and at a certain time in Yu-Gi-Oh!, this would be just as expensive as the Ghost Rare First Edition. No doubt in my mind. Looking at Black Rose Dragon, I think it's definitely a card that you want to consider picking up. Not yet. I'll probably make a video. In fact, I will make a video announcing when is a good time to buy this card. Right now, it's definitely not. If you buy Black Rose Dragon right now, you are overpaying by a lot of money. Then we have my favorite Starlight Rare, Triple Tactics Talents. This card is absolutely amazing and broken. It's my favorite card in the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Game right now. No doubt in my mind. You activate, your opponent activates a monster effect during the main phase, including a hand trap. Cool. Activate one of 3 cards currently on the ban list in one card. That's what this card says. Find me one card in this game that's anywhere as broken as this card. At all, period. This card's insane. This card with a current $436 market price for the Starlight Rare, well, it's roughly around $465. But if you look closely within a couple of sales, it gets there $500 a copy for Triple Tactics Talents. In time, this card will be worth an insane amount of money. This card more than likely will probably be banned. Rightfully so. You know, don't be wrong, I think other cards will be banned, like Dragoon and Mystic Mine. But this card will more than likely be banned eventually. Does that mean anything? No, not really, to be honest with you. Triple Tactics Talents is still going to be a card that everyone's going to want to get, because even though we see it that it will more than likely be banned inevitably, it will definitely still have that opportunity to be a valuable card, being the fact that it was on the ban list. It means nothing. Think about it. How many cards on the ban list are worth an insane amount of money? You don't have to look so far as to look at Masterpiece, a card on which when it came on the ban list initially, it was $4. The card price right now, a lot more than $4. If you're looking to play Tri-Brigade, you probably spent already enough money. I mean, looking at Fractal, this card's still roughly around 25, Shrek's roughly around 25, and these cards are not cooling down anytime soon. Now, here's the question. You play 2 or 3 Shurags. It's pretty crazy, because if you play 3, and that becomes staple, every Yu-Gi-Oh player now needs a 3rd Shurag. Alright, there's only 26 listings on TCG Player. It becomes a race. Me personally, I think 2 is more than enough, but if we do need 3, this card is looking to go up higher in value. Looking at other Tri-Brigade cards, it kind of calmed down besides the main 2. And with the release of Baron Blossom, I believe his name is. I could be wrong. I might be reading this and think whatever. Release of a new Tri-Brigade card is definitely going to change the way we see the deck and see it play. Luckily, none of it's Starlight Rare. Unfortunately, if you want to get Starlight Rare, you're still going to try to get Farragut. With a current $254 market price, it's cooling down from its last spike. It's roughly around $341. Once again, do not buy this card. Wait for it. It will go down more, and then we talk about buying it. I want it too, but you wait. Also, you might need just one of it. That's it. Then we have Drytrons. If you're playing Drytrons, you're telling your opponent that you spent a lot of money and you're hopefully looking to win because you spent enough for it. It can be done, it can't be done. Who knows? I will say, looking at Drytrons, they're not cooling down anytime soon. Drytron Nova right now, at just Impact with a $33 market price, is roughly around $38 for a Nova. It was $30 last week. By the way, it was at the lowest 22. Medianus Drytron, a card in which you're probably going to need 2 of these, is roughly around $69.99. Okay. Now, if you say, hey, V, what's going on? Don't worry about it. You can always get an Ultra Medianus Drytron. That bad boy is $9. $9. Still a lot of money, isn't it? Now, of course, you're going to need the rest of the Drytron cards, which are not as expensive. You already got hit for Nova. You got hit for Medianus, depending on which one you want. And, of course, when you get the new set, Lightning Overdrive, you're going to get hit for roughly around $400. There's no, like, lower rarity. You're paying $400. Tri-Brigade players are probably laughing, but they won't be laughing as much as, well, when you're playing Drytrons and you can search out the card to stop them, Artifact Lancia. Smiles will be frowns. Looking at Planet Patrol, I think Planet Patrols are at their peak price point. It kind of sucks that Konami changed the name of the Planet Patrol's newest card in Lightning Overdrive. But it is what it is. I mean, it sucks. I really wish they left it as it is. But what we have here is Planet Patrol, a deck in which everybody's not looking at right now. Nobody's looking at this deck right now. And I do think this deck gets better. Can it be tier 1? Probably not, but we have to see what happens as far as, well, the release day and everyone gets their cards, and we see how the meta goes from there. And then we have Ignisters. I was taught about this deck yesterday, and then I immediately went and bought the core. Core's roughly around, by the way, in case anyone happens to want to know how much a core of Ignisters are, roughly around $150 for the entire core. Every single card, minus the 2 new cards coming on the new set. I do think that Ignisters definitely have a lot of potential. So much potential that after conversation, I went and bought the entire core like that. I do think that Ignisters will be a deck that is slept on, but everyone's going to wake up when they realize that this deck can make a lot of crazy plays. Once again, the new cards in the new set is a common and a super rare. That's it. That's it. A common super rare is a new support, but that new support is game changing. If you don't currently have the Ignisters already, you might want to consider picking them up, being the fact that they're currently low in value, and they don't expect to be that low for that long. Picari's roughly around $10. Chi-Chi's roughly around 15s. Everything else is under $1. But if you're looking at the field spell, that'll run you roughly about 30. Yeah, the field spell is roughly around $30 currently. I do expect this field spell to go higher, as Ignisters definitely show that they are a meta deck here to stay. And they are definitely a meta deck. Absolutely here and going to stay. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. If you're looking to get Ignis, you might want to consider picking up Parallax Seeds. You might have the common, but if you want the OTS 14 with a current $9 market price, it's actually roughly around $8 to $9, and it's kind of stabilizing looking all throughout these charts. I do think Parallax Seeds is a card you want to pick up moving forward in this game. If you don't have the super rare ready, you might want to consider picking up because it's definitely looking to see play with Ignis. It definitely has potential. The Dear Servant at Rise of the Duels for a $74 market price at one time was roughly around $90 a copy. Looking at the Dear Servant right now, it's roughly around $60 a copy. What could be that made this card lose roughly around 30% of its value? Could it be that the entire core is insanely expensive and overinflated? Yes. Could it be that you can play Shadow Invoked, as I have proven time and time again, without the Dogmatic core, and beat not only the majority of the meta decks, but also definitely have an easy matchup against a deck, the Shadow Invoked variant, that runs this core? Absolutely, time and time again. Don't get me wrong, I like Dogmatic a lot. I think Dogmatic definitely has a lot of value in the future of this game. With upcoming reprints, and if I had to guess, a Star Foil, or Secret Rare Star Foil, what it's called, the Megaton Secret Rare, but the Star, anyway, with upcoming Remedy upgrades, some of the cards, including Ecclesia, which I am predicting can happen in the new Megatons coming out September, we were not done with seeing, well, Dogmatic at all. They're going to be still around. But will they be around in the point where they're everywhere? I don't know. You let me know. If you held in the tournaments when they were 19, so like I'd have, you're probably smiling right now because you made a good amount of money, or something that you saw, well, was not that good. Don't get me wrong, I like this card a lot. I think the City Service is a great card in general, and I think the Dogmatic core is a great core. But the meta is too crazy now, and the deck core does not work as well in that meta. There are some players right now that are top here sporadically here and there, but I guarantee you a majority of those players would have done better had they run just Shadow Invoke, the better build, period, no doubt about it. Then we have Shadow Schism. This card's actually kind of going down in value. Who would think of a card that's a one-of would go down in value? Looking at Shadow Schism coming out of Rise of the Duels, this card with a $26 market price is roughly around $23, which is insane being the fact that this card used to be $45. So what's happening? Well, everyone that has Shadows don't need any more Shadow Schisms. That's damn sure. Nobody's getting involved in Shadows right now, and for those who are getting involved in Shadows, only need one Shadow Schism. Anyone with multiple copies is more than likely selling those multiple copies and keeping the one-offs. It's not like a case where we're seeing with the Dogmatic core, where people are just unloading full cores, tanking all the Dogmatic prices. No, no, no. If you have extra Shadow Schisms, you sell those because you just need one. It's that simple, that easy. And then we have Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm. This card with almost a $10 market price is actually roughly still around $10. To be honest with you, I think Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm is going to be going higher in value. It has two copies, one obviously being Secret Rare and the other one being Common. The Common's about $1, less than that. But I do think there's a lot of potential in here. I do think Pendulums are still going to be around. And it's inevitable when we see a new Pendulum deck that can abuse this card and any other Pendulum card in the game. We also have Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This Secret Rare coming out of Flames of Destruction with a $34 market price is roughly around $32. If you want a first edition version of the card, you're looking to pay roughly around $40 for a Ghost Bell. This is easily going to be one of the best hand traps in the new meta we're entering post Lightning Overdrive. This card by itself just shuts down the Revolt card that is being used by Tri-Brigade. Once you stop Tri-Brigade Revolt, that basically ends Tri-Brigade player's turn. They can't do anything, their best card's been shut down, and you win that game. Look at a Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, obviously it's worth a lot of money, and if you want a cheaper version, there are cheaper versions available, well, depending on the rarity you want. Except gold. Don't get gold, that's disgusting. Looking at Toon Kingdom, obviously this card is worth money. We know this already, we talked about this time and time again. If you have the Ultra Rares, they're worth $7, but if you have the Rare, they're worth $16. Secret Rares are worth around, is it really 20? No, right? Oh yeah, it is 20. Look at that, 20, 20, and then 28. That's kind of crazy, actually. Wow. It's going to be worth $28 after this video, though. And then you have the Ultimate Rare out of OTS Storm Pack 14 with a $64 market price. The actual price point is at $55. This card's going down because OTS 14 is still relatively new. As time goes on, we pull away from OTS 14. This card will be worth a lot of money. A lot of money. I don't know how much I can emphasize that. A collector's card that can only be found in an OTS set, that can be only won by competitive Yu-Gi-Oh players, is going to be worth money. Shocking to none, surprising to none. This card is definitely a card that I think, when you ever get like a super duper collector card from the TV show, season 1 TV show kind of deal, whenever that's on here, especially as an Ultimate Rare, a harder to get card in an OTS pack, it's inevitable that this card will be worth a ridiculous amount of money in the future. I'm expecting this card to go to $200. 2 bills minimal. And then we have another Pendulum card, Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Do you have this card? It's a good card. I'm in the gate pretty good. This card currently with a $20 market price for the ultimate rare, by the way, unlimited being $25, first edition being roughly around $30. This card will be going up higher in value as time goes on. Maybe even after this video, because the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh players who will go, oh, you know what, V, you have a point. Pendulums are going to be good. They're a game mechanic. Saying pendulums are not going to be good in the future is like saying like seeds, synchros, fusions. They'll never be good. That's insane. Pendulum obviously are going to be good. And more than likely, Osmo Vortex Dragon will find its way into that deck to abuse its broken effect. Then we have Solemn Judgment at an OTS 20 pack 12. Currently having a $110 market price. The value is roughly around $120. Solemn Judgment will easily, no doubt in my mind, be infinitely higher than where it's looking at right now. Majority of these ultimate rare cards at the OTS sets usually hit around 120, and after 120, they immediately spike. And I think with Solemn Judgment, we're at that point, we're at the launch pad of 120, and it's inevitable that it will spike. We also have, well, Crystal Needle Fiber, another card which is saying no play right now. So what do you do with that information? You go, well, V, you know, not for nothing. I think Needle Fiber is not gonna see any play. I think it's not good. I'm selling mines. What do you think? I think that's dumb. I think anybody not holding at least minimum one Needle Fiber is out of their mind. I think you should have at least two if you can get your hands on two. But holding one Needle Fiber is super duper important. Obviously, looking at Needle Fiber right now, with a $28 market price, it's actually currently stabilized at $28 for the Ultra Rare Adder Dual Overload. If you want to go ahead and get the OTS version, the Ultimate Rare version of Needle Fiber, this card with a $77 market price is still roughly around. What is this? Why do you let somebody of these fake, whatever? It's currently around $83 from a verifiable seller. Because Needle Fiber is a card that, even though despite the fact that it saw no play in this entire meta right now, throughout this entire meta ban list, does not mean the fact that with the release of Lightning Overdrive and or the ban list coming out, this card cannot still see play. So I think the arguments of this card being banned is kind of much, for the most part, over, and I do think Needle Fiber will slowly make its way back into the meta, and it wouldn't be long before this card makes its way into extra decks of tier 1 decks. So do not sell your Needle Fiber. If you can get an Ultimate Rare, lucky for you. It's hard to get, but that's the thing I would recommend. Anyway, Paisano, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Yeah, it's been crazy, the meta, and a lot of things are happening that's going to really change the way we see the game. The tier 1 slots of yesterday might not be here with the release of Lightning Overdrive, and the majority of these decks might not be here with the release of a new bands coming out next month. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, comment down below like I said. It's your boy V, and you Paisanos have a great day.